If you're interested in purchasing an investment property using the available equity in your home, then you need to know the difference between equity and usable equity. You see, equity by definition quite simply means the value of the property less any loan secured against it. So, for example, if we have a property that's worth, let's just say it's worth $1 million, I'm just going to use round figures just so that it's easy. I'm not going to be using a calculator or anything while we're recording. So the value is $1 million, and let's say that there's loans of $500,000 secured against it. The loans are $500K, then the equity is also $500K, because quite simply, it's $1 million less the $500,000 in loans. That is equity. But the difference between equity and usable equity is banks don't necessarily allow you to use all the equity. They want to see you leave a buffer. So in terms of that buffer, most of the time, banks are happy to let you borrow up to 80% of the property's value. This is sometimes called loan to value ratio or LVR, but they will let you borrow up to 80%. Now that 80%, that's obviously going to equal 800,000. And if we have loans secured against it, against the property of 500,000, so it's the same as before. So the loan's down here at 500,000. We've got the bank's buffer up the top of 20%. Then the equity or usable equity is 300,000. So what this means is that the difference between equity and usable equity is that the bank or the lender isn't going to let you use all the equity. So you've got to take into account the buffer that they require, and that's usually 80% without any additional terms and conditions. However, some people do choose to go above 80%. However, to be able to borrow more. However, this usually or will trigger lender's mortgage insurance or LMI, which is an additional cost.